Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Wednesday, August 4th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. It's another record high in COVID cases for Thailand with 20,200 over the past 24 hours, and another record in fatalities with 188. This pushes the total number of cases for the kingdom since the pandemic began to more than 672,000. Meanwhile, 21 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed for Phuket on Tuesday night, with 3 more tourists from the Phuket Sandbox project also infected. This pushes the total number of cases for the island to 1,241 since early April and 1,471 since the pandemic began early last year. 393 people are still receiving medical care on the island. The whole thing has prompted the Phuket provincial government and the tourism ministry to file a request for doses of COVID-19 vaccines to be given to the 58,000 people in Phuket who are 12 to 18 years old. The move to have teenagers in Phuket vaccinated follows the state mass vaccination campaign in Phuket grinding to a halt with very little progress over the past month. It was not confirmed which vaccine was requested with which to vaccinate Phuket's teenagers. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Yesterday was the island's first day of isolation from domestic arrivals around the mainland, and so far, 190 drivers were refused entry to Phuket through the checkpoint at the north of the island. Meanwhile, alternative plans are being prepared for tourists who need to get back to Bangkok. During a live broadcast this morning, the Phuket Provincial Police Deputy Commander revealed that 190 arrivals were refused entry at the Phuket checkpoint. The island is closed to all but essential traffic by air, land, and sea from August 3rd to August 16th. Exceptions are made for those delivering essential goods. Meanwhile, while almost all domestic flights have been suspended due to the COVID-19 outbreak, Nok Air has submitted a petition to continue flights from Phuket, seeking approval from the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand to serve routes from Phuket to Utapao Airport in Rayong Province to facilitate travelers during the lockdowns at 29 provinces nationwide. Also, a bus specifically for Phuket Sandbox tourists who need to get to Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, it begins service this week until August 16. The bus will cost 1,500 baht per person, available Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and will leave Central Festival Phuket at 5 a.m. with a stop at a PTT petrol station in Talang at 5:30 a.m. and heads to Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, arriving at 9 p.m. the same day. The Sandbox Express bus service is pre-booked through SHA Plus certified hotels only. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Phuket Extra will be right back after this. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. The number of intensive care units and local quarantine venues have now been increased on the island in order to cope with the expected rise in COVID-19 cases in Phuket. Bashira Phuket Hospital Director Dr. Chalampom Sukontapol confirmed the news yesterday, saying that the number of quarantine rooms have now been increased to 700 around the island, and 616 people at high risk of infection are now staying in these rooms. Beds at the Prince of Songkla University Field Hospital has now been increased to nearly 340, while the second field hospital at Phuket Ratchabat University will be functional tomorrow, with about 300 beds there. The chief of the Phuket Provincial Health Office said, quote, "With the intensive new measures that have been brought in to control the virus, I expect that within the next 2 weeks, the number of people found infected will start decreasing." He went on and said, "However, in order to reduce the numbers to 0 or very low figures, it will take time. If we can get to around 10 new cases per day, that will demonstrate that our measures are working effectively." For more, visit thephuketnews.com. 2 men are now behind bars after police in the north of the island allegedly found them with over 160,000 yaba methamphetamine pills this past weekend. Acting on a tip, the raid took place on Saturday at a 2-story house under construction in Mai Khao, where 2 Thai men, a 50-year-old and a 27-year-old, were allegedly found with the yaba pills in plastic boxes. They are now facing charges of possession with intent to sell and Tatachai police say they are now furthering their investigation of the drug network that they allegedly work for. For more, visit PhuketNews.com. Looking for cash flow from anywhere at this point, Thai Airways is selling off 10 properties and buildings that they hold nationwide as the company seeks to restructure their debt and save their business. Facing massive travel restrictions over the last year, Thai Airways had their restructuring plan approved by Thailand's bankruptcy court previously, and as they employ payment extensions, interest waivers, and debt-to-equity conversions to restructure the 240 billion baht of debt. The 10 properties they plan to sell off are in several provinces, including Phuket, Bangkok, and Chiang Mai. For more, visit PhuketNews.com. Thank you so much for joining us today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Check them out on Facebook. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment, offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.